After 300 yards, enter the roundabout, take the third exit onto St. Quentin Gate, then arrive at your destination.
You want any lanyards with all the times and number up there? Can they just open your bag for you?
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine.
Everyone's here to meet Allysa in Milano, all the Charmed fans. Oh my god. Bye. She gave me a bracelet. What? Babe, take your time. Take your time.
Going back to the store where we was.
Oh,
Before the boards and stuff.
okay.
Let's find the back way.
Wow.
Wait. Go on, to the next end.
Is it the Weeping Angel? Oh my god. No. Wow. The might. Wow, look at all these though.
Look, Star Wars action one. Or this one.
Wow. I don't go in there.
It's free, okay.
No, I don't want to go in there.
Do you have to pay for the photos? No. There you go. See, I'll pop you in here.
Yeah. Oh, there's a TARDIS. Wow, the Weeping Angel, look at that. That's beautiful. Let me see the TARDIS plate. Wow. Wow.
The one next to with me.
Yeah. There's Sub-Zero. There's Mandip Gill, babe. There's Phoebe McQueen.
Okay, yeah. And one from Doctor Who, that's why everyone's there.
They're not here.
No, they're not there yet.
Go around there. Oh, I recognise him. I recognise him. Look, Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. And him. Oh my god.
Well, I didn't know if you knew them or not. I didn't really tell you about them.
So it makes more sense.
The definitely real, babe. Is that actually real?
No, babe.
Go on. See, the problem with Comic-Con now is I think they've been choice because everyone's so, I don't say, so tempted by unique. Give me story. Yeah.
I'll go that way then. What's that? Wow, look at that babe. Eat? No, there's a hot dog stand somewhere.
Let's go back to find me something.
I saw a hot dog stand somewhere.
Good night, I remember. 2:15. Get back.
Hot dog and some chips.
And we have some hot dogs and cheese.
Yes.
Am I just anything? Literally. That's not fair. You want me?
No, I didn't. Okay.
No, you cheated. Charity.
No, sure. Clothing that may cause offence. They are poorly done. They need redoing. Can you just hold on to that for us, Jay? Thank you. Do you have a license for that weapon? No, stolen and illegal weapon. It is and suspicious behaviour.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
That's fine, sir. Move along, please.
Just got a citation for being a rebel for Star Wars. Oh god. No.
Can I go with you, James? Yeah. Why? You okay then?
Thank you, Ian. Our we have Kat as Allysa from Husband Hotel.
I can't see that.
Can you do it?
Thank you, Kat. We have the lovely Cohen as the 10th planet Cyberman. Give it up for Cohen. Thank you, Cohen. Oh, watch out, guys, watch out. Thank you so much. We have Summer as our
Go down there. There's more panels down there. Oh my god, there she is.
What she wants to eat.
That's not it.
That is her. Where is it?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's a bit not yeah, they're on the lunch break, they're back at 1:15.
Hello, hello, hello. What a charming audience we have here. You see what I did there? Oh, was that a pity laugh? Oh, thank you so much. Pity applause. I love to see it. Telford, I am so excited for this panel as a fan of the show and a fan of these amazing actors. So do me a favor and show your appreciation for, first of all, the beautiful Allysa Milano. And the stunning Neil Roberts. Keep it going for Telford. Your charmed cast is here at Comic-Con Midlands. Well, I am so starstruck. I'm such a fan.
You look amazing. I think orange is an undervalued color.
Aren't you glad I wore this? I'm going for traffic cone couture.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you so much. You guys look gorgeous as well. First of all, don't they look beautiful? What a stunning cast.
Well, I can see this behind us. We obviously haven't changed at all.
Exactly the same.
You haven't aged a bit. Well, we're so excited to talk about Charmed, but let's first talk about Comic-Con and how your day has been so far. How has Telford been treating you?
Wonderful. Very happy to be here and to meet all of you. Thank you all for coming and for your kindness and for your support and for your patience. I just really appreciate being here.
I'm amazed at all that everyone's got their book of shadows that they want to sign.
And the big ones.
The amount of time that
The
they
big
spend
ones.
making these things, it's staggering.
Well, they're for sale on Etsy, and they go for how much? How much money? How much? Who's got one of those big ones?
Is that what you do in your spare time, Allysa?
Yes.
You make these?
They're like $600 a piece.
Wow. Maybe we should. We should get
Maybe
into
I should.
business.
Exactly. So
They
the
look
original Book of Shadows, I mean, when you did the show, it probably wasn't very full yet, right? Because you were season 2?
You have no idea who I am. In fairness, I don't know who I am either most of the time. No, season 1, before it even aired.
So yeah, so there's probably nothing in that Book of Shadows. But over the years, I don't know if you know this, but the Book of Shadows basically had more security than all of us because there was $1 million worth of art that went into that book.
Wow.
After 8 seasons. Isn't that crazy?
So the fact they're paying $600 is quite a bargain.
It's a steal.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, but they literally locked it up.
But someone was saying that they make them, they have normal paper, they put coffee all over it, and do all sorts of things to make it look
Make it look
aged.
authentic.
Yeah. I'm always spilling coffee down myself.
Exactly.
Does that make me look
You could have your own
authentic?
Etsy account, you never know. Well, we're talking about the merchandise and the branding of Charmed. I mean, it is, as you can see, you're in Telford, you're in the Midlands of England right now. It is a global phenomenon.
Welcome, Telford.
Yes. Charmed really has a cult following. It's a global phenomenon. At what point for both of you did you realize, wow, we're onto something amazing here and this is going to be a huge, huge deal?
It's interesting because when Charmed first started, there wasn't streamers, so people only had 4 choices really in primetime TV in the United States to watch TV. So, it was the difference between like a show now, or even when like Who's the Boss was on, we were a top 10 show. There were only 3 networks, and top 10 meant we had 25 million viewers a week. And because of the competition now and the streamers and satellite and all the networks, obviously it's diluted audiences because they have so many places to go, choose to spend their time. So it was pretty immediate that I knew that we were on to. I actually knew that we were on to something before I even shot the pilot, because there was an actor that played my role. Her name is Lori Rom. And she was, so I had the advantage of watching the done pilot, and I watched it and I was like, oh, this show's gonna be a hit. Like, I just knew it. So yeah, it felt immediate.
When I think it started airing halfway through my then watching actually the success of it and how huge it went. It was actually very exciting.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we basically started the WB and then ended the WB because then it turned into the CW. So it's really interesting.
Wild times. Well, I too think you're fantastic, and I said to her over there, I said, I'm such a fan. I've seen everything you've ever done. Stories for other times. But I want to, first of all, we need to give a round of applause.
You didn't say that to me.
I thought I did. No? Oh. I want to give a round of applause to Allysa Milano for the philanthropy that she does and the amazing things that she does for women's rights, and just is such an amazing person. And I want to ask you, which first of all I appreciate as a female, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry. Okay, sorry. So I want to ask you, is the female empowerment element to Charmed something that drew you in initially?
Oh, absolutely. I think too that was the time with Buffy had been out and shows like The Craft. And just women are magic. So it felt very timely, for sure. And we were, for a long time, the longest running show with female leads. Yeah, which is it's so wild. I think Grey's Anatomy has probably kicked our...
And Desperate Housewives eventually, but you guys were the first. They were the trailblazers, if you will.
How is it when you meet fans of the show and how it has affected them? Presumably a lot of it is because it's got the power of three. You've got these strong women in this TV series.
Yeah, and I think that the fantasy element... I think Charmed finds people when they need it. And I think that is really special. And I think that the escapism of the show, the fantasy of the show, and I look at my daughter, who's 9 now, who has not watched Charmed yet, because I kissed too many boys. But too many belly tops. But when I look at my daughter, I see this girl who escapes into the shows that she loves. I mean, she loves Queer Eye. Like, we watch Queer Eye every single night. She loves it. What was the spin-off of Big Bang Theory?
Young Sheldon.
Sheldon. She loves Young Sheldon so much. And I actually did a pilot with Annie Potts years and years ago, Mima, and I showed her a picture of me and Annie Potts, and she was like, "You know Mima?" She just thought I was the coolest thing. I was like, yes, it was so sweet. But like, I'm able to identify more because I have Bella and her attachment to certain things, how people have become attached to Charmed. And I'm just very appreciative. I'm very appreciative that people have let me into their lives, into their living rooms, into their families, into their happiness, into their pain, into
But you have also used your platform. Sorry, I have ADHD. I never stop talking. I apologise. But no, what you have used your platform for some wonderful things. A lot of actors don't. They just go into, they do a bit more TV, whatever it might be, or disappear.
I think people are afraid.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah, it is a fair point. Yeah. Of putting your head above the parapet. And actually, but you have, and I think it's terrific.
I think, yeah. And I also think because I grew up in this business, like I always say, people have been trying to cancel me since I was 15 years old. So I think for me, it's like, there's only things to gain at this point in my life. And if I can't use my platform for good, I might as well.
We're so glad that you do, and we're so appreciative of that. Having conviction in what you say is so important. We're going to ask for the fans to line up at the microphone if you have any questions. And before we get to the fans, who are going to have great questions, I just know it. Neil, we got to talk Twitch, because there are so many gamers. If you're a gamer, raise your hand. So many gamers, especially at Comic-Con. Tell us about your Twitch adventures.
Yes, I'm part of a game called Baldur's Gate 3, and I voiced the Dark Urge. And oh, thank you. And so yeah, it's very similar to Charm, with the fan base absolutely adore it. And I started playing it over the autumn, and I didn't play it very well. It's based on Dungeons and Dragons, and it's a bit too complicated for my little brain. And so I joined Twitch so that I could get the fans to actually help me and encourage me and tell me what to do and guide me. And I've only been doing it for the last month, but I absolutely adore the game. And now I realise why people think it's so special. And it's not about getting from A to B as quickly as possible. It's about building relationships with people, and the world is just enormous. We spent 4 years recording it. They spent 6 years making it. It has won all the awards. But don't let your daughter play it. I watched a trailer with my 10-year-old stepson, and I had no idea what it was, and I was in it. But I didn't do any of these love scenes and stuff. They didn't ask me. And so there's all sorts of stuff in it that a 10-year-old should not watch. And yes, I'm going to stop talking, because otherwise social services will be coming my way very soon. Anyway, I am on Twitch now. Yes, twitch.tv/Neely Roberts. So do come and join me. I am the most extraordinary gamer, but I play it really badly.
Sometimes, and I was like, we were hot together. That was, yeah. There's just chemistry. Sometimes that just clicks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that Phoebe should have ended up with him. And that's nothing to take away from Victor Webster and Cupid, because obviously it's great to fall in love with Cupid.
Who wouldn't?
But I don't know, there was that Cole Phoebe storyline was, the ultimate bad boy sort of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Of course. Hiya.
Hi. My question's for both of you, but it's different for both of you, but kind of the same. So, to Neil, what was your favourite episode to film? And to Allysa, because I know you probably get that one all the time, what was your least favourite episode to film?
Least favourite.
Mine is working, obviously, in the last episode, predominantly with Allysa, and her least favourite one is that, funny enough, that episode as well.
I mean, I'll tell you where my mind just went to as far as my least favorite. And it was because of the anticipation of it coming was the last episode. And that final 8 days where we shot that last episode. And they scheduled it so that the wedding scene in the last episode, the Coop Phoebe, was the last thing we shot. And so we were all together. It wasn't like one of those days where it was just a couple of us working. The entire cast was working that day. And I just remember them saying, "That's a wrap," and just losing it. And then the whole process of packing up my trailer, driving out of the lot for the last time, seeing the security people, saying goodbye. It was just, I don't know, it just felt like such an end of an era. I stayed in bed for 3 weeks after it. I was like, I didn't even know how to eat.
But it's a long time, 8 years.
8 years.
And it's pretty well 9-10 months a year filming.
Right. Because at that time we did 22 episodes a year. Sometimes, I think we even did 24 a couple of seasons.
But that's a long time to be together. You're
Long
best
time.
friends. It's a real loss. Even how, whatever I've done stuff where, maybe I'm not enjoying it anymore, but actually regardless, my first marriage, for instance. Oh no. But
it's still sad when it ends.
Exactly. Yeah. It is really feel this great sense of loss. And the fact that it's such a huge part of your life.
But the thing is like they keep it alive, which is so incredible. And it means that it's so much bigger than any of us. It's really like one of those things where as long as you get out of your own way, I feel like it becomes yours. It becomes yours. You work, and then it just becomes. It has its own life, its own breath, its own meaning to each of you. Any final words for your lovely fans here in Telford before we let you get back?
There was I can't remember anything that Rex Buckboy said.
This is better than our special effects, and it's all on your handheld.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Can I tell you that I had I think my final episode when
The Valkyrie episode, Banshee. I mean, it's sort of like just how much fun is it to be able to go play dress up every week, and sort of embody these other characters and these other creatures. It was really fun, and it also kept it so that a lot of shows when you're playing, a lawyer or a mother or whatever. It gets very monotonous, obviously, especially, if it's a network show and you're doing 22 episodes for 8 years, it's a lot. But it never got monotonous, obviously, because we were always changing into something, and that was super fun.
Did you ask for anything specific during your time?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I mean, not to turn into something, but I did ask for a more active power at one point. Poor Phoebe. Because Phoebe had I don't even know, she had the power of
the seeing
empathy.
Power.
Yeah. So,
I remember doing a scene with you.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it came to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, which I actually stole from Christopher Walken in the movie where he played a seer, and he would touch something and go, I don't remember anybody remember what that movie, what? I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, I stole it from him because I was like, well, how am I gonna play and seeing something, right?
Didn't they do something with the camera where they zoomed in or out
they
or
did
something?
That too, yeah. Say that it has been a wonderful honor to just be a part of the show, to be a part of your lives. And every time I do a con, my cup is filled. So thank you for filling my cup.
But I understand this is your first con in Britain.
It is my first con.
Her first con in the UK. That deserves a round of applause. And thank you both for the memories, for sharing your stories, and for just being amazing, both of you. Telford, please, please, please give it up one more time for Allysa Milano and Neil Roberts. Your cast of charms right here at Comic Con Midlands. Keep it going for them, Telford. And don't forget, they're heading over to do more autographs, to do photos today with all of you, so make sure you go say hello in person. Again, guys, they are so popular. We tried to get through as many questions as we could. Well, Telford, I am happy to report that the doctor is in. Are we so excited? First time in Telford with Monopoly events, and we have pulled out all the stops I know this is going to be an amazing, memorable panel. If you're here for the first time, I'm going to ask a few questions in fangirl, if you don't mind. Then we're going to ask you to go to the standing microphone, and you guys, we're going to get very interactive with this Q&A. But Telford, for your Doctor Who panel, are you ready? No, Telford, we can do better than that. Are you ready? Please welcome to the stage, Mandip Gill and Jodie Whittaker. What a reception. Keep it going, Telford. My goodness, the energy in the room. Give it one more time for Mandip and Jodie. We're so honored that you would be here. First time in Telford, and we're so thrilled that you ladies could join us. First of all, how has Comic-Con been treating you ladies so far?
Lovely. You've all been so nice to us. No one's been mean.
Now, what is it like when you guys get together? You're reunited? Is it just a giggle fest with you two? Because I'm thinking it is.
I mean, it is, but we talk all the time. I saw her last weekend.
And then we've WhatsApped every day thing.
Yeah, so it's still a giggle fest, but I don't know why.
We love that so much. Well, I'm just going to get right to it because we were just talking with Allysa Milano about strong females in film and TV. And the 13th Doctor, the first ever female Doctor. Where my ladies at? What an amazing, iconic move for Doctor Who. What was it like, Jodie, when you were cast?
It was incredible because it, you know, as a kid from the 80s, and I didn't necessarily see my career going in that direction. I was so blown away and excited by it. But I think also there's so much noise around it as well. And so when we started filming, I was feeling, when the first episode was about to come out, I was feeling the pressure. So I thought, for every other actor who's played the Doctor, they've represented themselves, and it was an all individual chat about them. But suddenly it was if you didn't like my Doctor, that meant it was all women. I represented everyone suddenly, and I was like, oh my God. But, you know, I'm still here.
We're so glad that you are. An amazing portrayal. Now, Mandip, I know that you've done theater, you've done Hollyoaks as well, big fan, but you made your West End debut in 2022. Yes. These sisters are doing it for themselves, that's for sure. What do you love about the theater as opposed to working in TV and film?
I love that when you go on, you're acting the whole time. With TV, you could start and a minute later we stop for the scene stop, there's a technical error. But with theatre, once you go on, like you're acting the whole time. I mean, you obviously come off and stuff. And when I go to theatre, I always look at like other actors that are not talking. I'm like, what are they doing in the back? And so for me, I was always very conscious that I was like, someone might still be watching, and you're still part of the scene whether you're speaking or not. And I think I really enjoyed just doing that for 2 hours every night, and also getting an instant reaction, because it was I won't give it away, but it was a show that had lots of scary. It was not just my face. So you got an instant reaction, and I think I really, really liked that.
We have to ask you what you're watching right now, because you can see we have so many different genres like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Stranger Things, current shows as well. What are you ladies enjoying right now in terms of film and television?
I'm so behind, but I watched something we decided to tell everyone, and they were like, nah, I think you're very late. I was like, guys, if you haven't seen Slow Horses, I really think you should get with the programme. And I just came to the first season of that and thought it was amazing. And I'm also watching Poker Face. I love it. I know I'm a bit behind with that as well, but oh my gosh, she is phenomenal, and I love that show.
Yeah, yes. What are you watching?
Well, I've got a very eclectic taste, so we're going for documentaries about murderers, and then Eric, which I think is absolutely brilliant.
Benedict Cumberbatch, yes.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think the monster is fantastic. It's like a real person. But then we're going to go back to like reality TV on some of the like Channel 4, BBC.
Yeah.
She loves the 24 hours in police custody. There was a new one out, and I've already seen it. So
Nice to chat to me about it. No.
Not her thing. Lost her audience there. I like to like really mix it up, because with a documentary you can't have an opinion on how someone was murdered. But with a TV show, I could be like, didn't like that ending, didn't like that.
That is an eclectic taste. I like that. You're all over, but I love that. So obviously we're all fans of something. That's what we say here at Monopoly. We're all for the fans, by the fans. What are you gals fans of? Whether it be a certain genre, we've got Marvel, DC, obviously Doctor Who is more sci-fi. What were you fans of growing up?
I know. So because the influences for me as a kid that made me want to be an actor, I've said it a million times, but Goonies was massive and it has stood the test of time. And also, I don't know, there was so many films I felt as a kid that had this beautiful narratives about friendship and escapism, and whether they were kind of in a naturalistic setting or if it was heightened, whether it be like Labyrinth, something like that. There was just always that sense of someone who probably had a deep sense of loneliness but finding themselves within a group that they could connect to, and I absolutely adore that, and that has then been my kind of like narrative throughout life, to just make sure I collect people that I absolutely love and want to be around all the time. Mandy. Yes.
You just got to channel your inner Goonie when you need to, right?
Goonie. She won't have even seen it. I have seen it, but my experience was very different. So we grew up watching lots of like British television, like the soaps and all that kind of stuff. We had a video shop, but it was lots of dramas. And I was also watching a lot of things that I shouldn't have done, having older siblings, quite young. And now I'm like, I remember the video case, but I can't actually remember what the film's about. But I should really like watch them as an adult. But I'm like, oh, I've seen that when I was 5. I'm like, I don't think you did. I was like, I did because my sisters are really big and I watched all those scary things. But as I've entered the world of sci-fi, I've become more open to watching sci-fi and Marvel, DC, which are weren't genres that I actually really watched. Like, I don't like really loud noises, which don't help in a lot of Marvel and DC films. I'm like, a bit loud.
Well, we're talking to two very strong females on screen, but I have to ask you ladies, what females inspire you, whether it's in your real life or it's on screen?
Do you know, that's really easy, and I'm going to absolutely mortify her. My mum's over there.
Oh, yay! Hi, Mom! Round of applause for Mom!
She will kill me. That's me not getting a birthday message on Monday. Yeah. So that's the easiest one in the world. Absolute hero.
I love that.
Heroine.
At least you were listening. This isn't copying her, but I've got 5 sisters and my mum. So I was brought up with very, very strong females. So it has to be them. Like, they're the first people, they're my first experience of women and how we basically just rule the roost. That's just a given.
Who run the world?
Girls.
Thank you. Last question for me, then we're going to go to the fans. If you guys want to line up at that microphone, I know there's so many of you that have had great questions all day long. Let's all be polite. There we go. Before we get to the fan questions, we've been talking all day about being starstruck and being at Comic-Con and meeting our idols. Who have you ever been starstruck for? Whether it's on a set or perhaps at a Comic-Con, have you met
models that the art department have made? And I mean, the difference between them is minimal. So you would suddenly forget and just be chatting away thinking you're next to a statue, and then they'd scratch their face, you're like, and like, do you remember one of the art department didn't realise it kind of slightly leaned, and she was like, "Are you alright?" "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." But it's the detail in the makeup. That's the thing. A lot of the time, we're not that scared because we're trying to be scared of a tennis ball. So when they're actually there, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
question? Great cosplay as well. Hey
Hi.
there.
Hello, Jodie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. And I'm your favourite doctor. What's your favourite doctor, Jodie?
Who's my favourite doctor? Joe Martin.
He was a fugitive.
I love a fugitive. And
she was the fugitive doctor, wasn't she?
Yes. And I loved her costume. And when we were delighted because actually for us two, we're just kind of clicked and loved each other straight away, and there's never been the acting of chemistry. There's never been like kind of that forced friendship or anything like that. So the progression of that storyline was so beautiful, and particularly because we started it side by side and we ended it side by side, and that's what I think was so amazing. Because it's heartbreaking to leave anything, but knowing like, you know, obviously story wise there's a beat, but for us those last scenes on top of the TARDIS were, you know, moments before we shot that very last thing all in a room together, and it was just really beautiful. And I think it sums up, it was like a slightly method version of the fact that we were heartbroken to be separated as well as those two characters. And also I think as well, a lot of it, I didn't realise till I watched it back that there were like, those feelings were sort of seed planted throughout the years. I feel like it might have come on quite quickly, but actually if you go back and look at it, it's sort of there through the journey, so it's nicer to watch than it being a big revelation or know it was happening at the time.
Okay, good question. Hello, you popped up for me. But I would love, because I've worked with him before and I absolutely adore him, I would love to work with Chris Eccleston again. I adore him.
I'm thinking it was such a special time, and you know, little did I know, I was just going to copy him. I would love to work with Karen Gillan's and Millie's. Yeah. I think that would be really exciting. Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of Millie's work so far, and I always thought she was a brilliant actress. I've seen her in Coronation Street and thought she was absolutely fantastic. So I think that mix would be nice.
I haven't seen the latest episode yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing who she is. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Shake it to the left, he's having a good time, shake it to the right.
If I'd have had my own CGI, I'd have pinged up in all different places. I just had the chair.
Voice of an angel, thank you, sir.
By the way, my top 3 doctors of all time.
Yeah.
And assistants.
Oh, yay! Don't forget it, me. Thank you. I have to say, this is perfect timing because we can't get to all the questions, but I was waiting for this beautiful cosplayer. Round of applause. And she'll be our final question. You look amazing.
So as a cosplayer, I love costumes, and you two both got to wear some brilliant costumes on your time. What are your favourite costumes that you got to wear?
I loved... Oh, it was quite loud. I think I thought I was doing karaoke then for a moment. Yes, I'm still singing it. I might sing my answer. I really loved my prison onesie. Oh, I loved it. And all the numbers down the side, it coded special dates to do with me personally. So every single thing is an important date to me. And so I love that Ray, the costume designer, lets you have that kind of input. You know, and it was obviously within the kind of themes and, you know, the graphics and everything, but it was all, every single thing is an important moment for me. So my birthday. Yeah. Mandip's phone number on the side. Yeah. I think mine was a period costume with the waistcoat and the culottes and stuff. Yeah, super comfy, like the textures were great. And actually we didn't wear an awful lot of like costumes that was related to the era of the show. So I think that one for me really stands out.
Lovely.
And the leather jackets. Great question. You look amazing. Our cosplayers have done an amazing job. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get some final thoughts from you lovely ladies before we let you get back to the autograph area. If they weren't so darn popular, we could keep going, but you've got autographs and photos to do. So, ladies, any final words for your adoring fans in Telford?
Thank you so much for coming to see us.
Thank you.
Just, you know, we'll come wherever we're invited. We bloody love a day out. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're always welcome here at the lovely events. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your applause going for Magic Girl and Tony Whitaker from Doctor We love it. We're going to keep that song going in just a
second. I just want to apologize.
Charm mystery box. Well, £20. What? Go on then, open it up.
Technically, you should be opening this. You're more of a...
No, I'm a mess. I'd rather you open it. Go on.
So firstly, we've got a charmed...
The fridge magnet.
For your phone.
Oh! What is it?
Them things you put on the back of your phone.
Oh, yeah, the thing on the phone.
Then you've got a...
What is it? Oh, it's a coaster.
And then you got charmed...
Oh, a bookmark!
And then you got all... Oh my god, you've got all 4 sisters in there.
Wow!
And that's it, that's you go.
That's it?
Yeah, the conjured in there.
Four things?
Mm.
What's that?
I don't know.
Wait, it's one more thing?
It's not, that's it.
What's in there?
I'm going to look now.
Oh, I like that.
And you got the Power of 3 cup.
No! That's so nice.
That's not bad for 20 quid though.
Not bad.
Also with
Allysa Milano! And the big one there. With the frame.
My baby, actually, yeah, I think my baby this for his early birthday present.
A custom lightsaber. It actually makes the noise and everything. It comes with a stick right there.
Everything, the stick's there. I ain't gonna put it on because it's all wrapped up. But
It does work and everything. It does work and everything. It's amazing. Wow.
And that's for my
I don't think you didn't turn it off.
I did. I pressed it.
Hold on. It's the power on. Hold on.
The dark sword.
I don't think I just have to do this.
Wait.
Click it, just click it twice. Oh, not this. Look, I'll show you. My baby got me into
Buffy the Vampire Slayer mystery bag.
$5.
So open it up.
So cheap. So like my birthday when you open stuff up. I love mysteries.
It's a little candy.
Oh Christ, I don't even need candy. So we have got Angel Keyring.
No.
And then I've got myself Buffy herself as well. Then I got Buffy cards. I've got Andrew's World, Owlmouth. Andrew's World, Idea Slayer.
Oh God.
Amanda, the last Buffy, that was the last Slayer. The end.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Then we got the second last Slayer at the end. And then we got Andy's World. That was a $5, not bad.
Not bad.
Then obviously
we got another one from the Pokemon.
Obviously, this is my baby's presents for me. We'll get in next month. The first one I got him was... I know it's a shot glass, but it's just
wow.
too cute.
A Gengar.
Hold on, let me make sure I wrap it back so I don't fucking break it. And then finally I got him this as well.
Careful. Wow. That is beautiful.
And another Gengar informing into a...
It's all the evolution. That's Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar.
Is Gengar the last one?
Yeah.
There you go. And that's what we got, guys.
Woo!